Puget Sound just to our west. You get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Joe Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And Eifert has it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Green with a catch left side. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. The connection since 2011. Dalton to Green for a Bengal first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Bullock's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff. Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that'll help set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands. Having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
On second down, it's Walker. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Mike 52, Mike 52. That's right, baby. They don't want it. 52's a zoom, fellas. Let's go. Ready, go.
On third down, Walker. Oh, a nice spin. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
52. Mike 52. Here we go, here we go. Mike 52. You don't want none of that. Pick up the ball. Let's go.
On first down, Walker. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Block in the back. Offense.
Get ready, ready. 10 Tucson. Where's your seam 6? 52's the mic. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. 52's the mic, right?
They'll try the left side. It's Walker. Without the previous penalty, that
Doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Passing, it's Dalton. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Dalton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw is Walker. A final shot before break. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And this will be shall we say, a rather optimistic try here. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Seahawks send out their punter. And surprise. And how about this, a fake? But he will not make the 1st down marker. And that'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Second down, Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw here, Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety. Man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Dalton's pass complete to Green. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run with Mixon. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Here's Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Call it a 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's put that team on a hook.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. That's going to set him back 5 yards. That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal. So Dalton now looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And they will take a knee here. So the victory here for Seattle. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now listening to you.